Coming in at number 8, we have Yotsuba, a funny little slice of life series that's about a girl named Yotsuba, along with her father and neighbors going about their day-to-day lives. While that description sounds pretty boring, this series is in fact one of the most funniest and chill series I've ever read. Sure, as a slice of life manga, nothing really big happens most of the time. However, Yotsuba has this special type of magic to it that helps make ordinary things gain a bit of charm, just like seeing them through the wonder and fun of a child's eyes, which helps make this series a really calming and enjoyable read. Also, the comedy is absolutely hilarious and really remarkable considering it doesn't use any parodies, random moments, or dirty humor like so many other comedy series out there use. Instead, the comedy here is actually pretty innocent and natural, which helps make Yotsuba a perfect read for practically anyone of all ages. To put it simple, the way I look at Yotsuba is that if you don't like this series, well, you simply have no soul. And with that, we'll head on to number 7. At number 7, we have the hilarious delinquent comedy series, Angel Densetsu, which is the story of a young man named Kitano, who has the heart of an angel but the looks of a demon, which causes him a lot of problems in his daily life. His demonic face is so menacing, it's enough to make his entire school fear him, and through a series of hilarious misunderstandings, he becomes the head of his school's delinquents. Like the earlier mentioned Detroit Metal City, what makes this series a favorite of mine is its situational humor, which start to finish never gets old, even though the jokes are still mainly just people freaking out over Kitano's face. However, unlike Detroit Metal City, there's a lot more to Angel Densetsu than just comedy, as there's a bit of action, romance, and a sweet little message about not judging a book by its cover, or I guess in this case, a manga by its cover. Going on ahead, we have number 6. Punching its way to number 6, we have the manliest manga series ever created, Fist of the North Star. Oh yeah! The series that practically inspired an entire generation of manliness in the world of shonen, as well as one of the most iconic manga series ever. Obviously, the manliness is one of the biggest reasons as to why I love this series, since, to put it simple, there's normal manliness, there's super manliness, and then there's Fist of the North Star manliness. I mean, this series is so manly, it has its own line of condoms. But besides the testosterone overload, Fist of the North Star has amazing action featuring some of the most broken martial arts ever, along with plenty of iconic fights and techniques. Also, the story, or at least for the first half of the series, is pretty awesome, as we have Kenshiro go from a man seeking revenge for his fiancée to a man who becomes a savior of a harsh world the series takes place in. On top of all this, you have plenty of epic and memorable moments, along with one of the most badass main characters and villain ever. Seriously though, how can you deny the greatness of Fist of the North Star? And with that, we'll head off to the first series in my top 10 with number 5. Posing its way to number 5, we have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which is easily one of the most stylish series on this list. But honestly, with JoJo, where do I begin with this series? Well, I guess first off, I just love the way this series is set up, as each story arc features its own JoJo and features elements that both separate and join them from the previous series, which really no other manga series has ever done before. To add to the uniqueness of JoJo, you obviously have the series' iconic posing and fashion statements, which are so outrageous, they're just amazing. On top of that, you have some pretty well done and for the most part well thought out action, though Araki in certain story arcs kinda downgrades his writing. However, I'm usually able to look the other way since I love this series so much. I mean, every arc of the series just brings tons and tons of memorable moments that I'm sure I'll never forget, which is why I love it so much. And with that, we have only 4 more series to go, so stay tuned as we'll conclude my top 20 favorite manga series.